about to watch a video of a Target ex-CEO explaining why Target chose to go with this Pride swimwear line. But before we get into the video, I want to say welcome back to the channel, Maverick family. If this is your first time here, I am MC and this is the Maverick Conservative. I'm going to ask if you could be ever so kind to drop a token in the tip cup by hitting that like and subscribe button. It's the only way I know to force YouTube's algorithm to push this content out to other like-minded individuals. Now let's go ahead and get it popping by pressing play.
Missing the target. Target's fall from grace continues as the company faces massive backlash against their Pride Month collection. The retail giant's market value plunging nearly $13 billion.
$13 billion? American dollars? That's a lot of money. It's a lot of scratch, my friend.
Dollars since the controversy started mid-May. Now, one Target employee speaking out saying, quote, "Our teams feel left behind. It doesn't matter which side you're on. You now feel like people are making decisions without our best interest." Joining us now, former Target vice chairman, Greg Storch. He also now has Storch Advisors. He's the CEO of that company, and he joins us now. Gerald, excuse me. Thank you for being with us this morning. So, Gerald, as you look at this and you see Target's decline, it's what is it? Almost more than $12 billion in market value off of a market cap of 74. So we're talking about a significant percentage in 2 weeks' time. What do you make of it?
Look, Target stock has certainly been performing poorly, off 11% a year to date. So that's not good. And certainly this boycott and the whole issue here isn't helping. It's very distracting to have that going on in the business. But there are more fundamental concerns with the environment, with the consumer, and with the business here. Target's decline in stock value actually began on May 18th. What happened on May 18th? That's the day Walmart reported 7% gain in comp store sales. On the prior day, Target had reported flat sales. So you have flat at Target, up 7 at Walmart. There's no way that comparison looks good. The consumer is feeling very stressed by the environment, by inflation. And Target is known as the upscale discounter. So it's not good to be the upscale discounter at a time when the consumer doesn't have a lot of money to spend. So they're
okay. So it seems like he's basically trying to say that like this was going on before all of this Pride stuff kind of took place. Like, you know, there was already a downward trend. I mean, that's what it seems like he's trying to say. Let's go ahead and continue and see.
Migrating more to Walmart, and that's a huge problem.
Gerald, and I appreciate that there are fundamental concerns. There are foundational concerns underneath this boycott, but I don't think we can overlook at least the contributing factor of this boycott, especially in the broader economic climate of what we've seen happen to, for example, Bud Light, where sales have not come back for Bud Light.
Yeah, Bud Light has actually turned into a verb now, right? They're saying companies are actually getting Bud Light, don't get Bud Lighted. Right, so it seemed like Target has actually jumped on the woke train, and you know they're going to go ahead and ride this train all the way out, I guess, and see where it takes them. But it don't look like the final destination is a good place.
Not significantly, at least in any way. And you're talking about a pretty acute drop in Target market value, timed with this big cultural move. So my question to you is this: this Bud Light boycott, it's sticking. It's resilient. It's not going away.
That's true.
Do you expect something different for Target?
Yeah, actually, I do. Again, while there's no doubt the boycott is part of the problem, if you read the analyst reports about Target during this period, and the analysts, keep in mind, are related to the investors who are the ones who are buying big amounts of stock, or in this case, probably selling big amount of stock, they're more concerned with the fundamental business issues. They mentioned this issue. A lot of them do, and they're watching it very, very carefully. They want to understand what the effect is going to be on the sales. No doubt about that, but I really expect this to fade over time. Keep in mind that all of Target's...
You know what? They said the same thing about the Bud Light boycott. They're expecting it to fade over time, and it doesn't really look like it's slowing down. I heard this... I heard this joke about Bud Light. It was actually about Corona, but I guess it sticks to Bud Light too. Brother told me, why drink the beer where you can drink the water? That's about the funniest thing I've ever heard when it comes to beer. I don't know why anybody would drink this beer. I've never had Bud Light, so I can't really speak to how it tastes. But I have had Corona. Corona tastes pretty good to me, you know, so that's my beer of choice whenever I do have beer. But, you know, why drink the beer when you can drink the water? That's what they're saying about Bud Light. So apparently people don't like it.
Competitors, all of them have Pride sections. Walmart has a Pride section. Macy's,
True.
Kohl's.
True.
You know, that's been well spoken about recently. J.C. Penney, Macy's stock is down 25% year to date. That's because consumers aren't buying apparel in this environment.
Right.
So I expect it to fade. You know, they certainly didn't handle this well, either going.
No, see, here's the thing. I'm sorry, I keep stopping the video here. It's just, you know, I'm watching. I'm trying to give you my, you know, my reaction or my opinion about what's going on here. What it seems like he's trying to say is that all these other companies have had Pride merchandise, you know, every single Pride month for, you know, years now. But that's not really the issue here. As I stated in one of the other videos that I did about Target about a week ago, the issue here is that you're marketing this stuff to children. It's not the fact that you got Pride merchandise or these companies have Pride merchandise. Nobody cares, right? You just turn a blind eye to it. You keep it moving. But the moment you started to market this stuff to our children, that's when the light switch went off for a lot of people who don't really pay attention to this stuff. You know, you lack of a better phrase, you woke them up, right? Because they weren't really paying attention to this stuff before. But once you hit the, once you start marketing this stuff to our children, a lot of people saw that, and you know, it forced them to take action, and they're, you know, I'm about to say reaping the benefits. That's the wrong choice of words here. They're actually experiencing a consequence to that decision right now with the loss in their market share. That's what the issue is.
Going in or trying to deal with it on the way out. But I think over time, this is not going to be a big issue for them. Well,
and we'll find out. Time will tell the truth on that. And I think it's a very fair point that you make about competitors. I don't know that all of them, I sincerely, I do not know whether or not those other companies had tuck bathing suits and so forth. Having a Pride section is one thing, but having certain merchandise is what really, and also in correlation in relationship to what children's stuff.
Exactly.
That seems to be the line that's been crossed.
Right there.
Very quickly, I see you wanting to speak, and I want to hear your last point on this. What would you have done? Like, I'm curious, you know, would you have done these? You kind of in a catch-22. Like, you get a boycott or you get protested by the Pride supporters if you don't do it one way.
You're not in a catch-22. That market is so small. I'm not saying not to market to them. It's a company, they can do what they want, right? They're free to do whatever they want as far as who they're, you know, marketing to. But the line gets drawn at our children. You know, so anyway, let's just go ahead and continue.
If you do it the other way, you seemingly lose the mass consumer audience.
That's what I want to say. You're not going to lose a bunch of money by not marketing to this very, very minute, small portion of the population. Nobody would even care. Right? You're not missing out on anything. All right.
Look, I've never seen a case where one item, that tuck swimsuit, that's really what made the difference versus the competitors. That's where the big mistake was made. Now, going out of the problem, you have to show love. I know that sounds kind of funny, but, you know, forgiveness and love, that's part of America, and that's what you have to do. I had a problem like this at Babies R Us, where we had a contest where the first baby of the year would get $20,000. You know, people were up in arms because guess what? The first baby of the year was born to an undocumented immigrant. And they didn't have a tax ID or anything. And people were, oh, God, you can't give it to them. You have to give it to them. Figure out a way. You know what we did? We gave it to 2 babies, and we put out a giant press release. We love all babies. At the end of the day, if you embrace and you show that
babies are innocent,
I hear you every morning. You know this too. That's how you get at a problem. Is you have to address it as a real problem and show love for people, and it works.
I appreciate that. I appreciate love. I would offer one other word as well. How about some judgment? It seems to be in short supply.
Absolutely.
And when you're talking about tuck bathing suits, you're talking about some leadership with some bad judgment.
Well, my people that I've talked to here who worked in product development, they go, how did they get past the meeting? You know, how did they agree? Yeah, let's put that in the assortment. You know, the plates that have different colors in it, fine. You show the rainbow.
Who cares?
You know, a gingerbread house, whatever you want. That's all. You know, who cares? Everybody carries that stuff. That was the one item. I've never seen one item make a difference like this.
What a great conversation. Gerald Storch, thank you so much for being up with us this morning.
My pleasure.
All right, guys, that about does it for that video. Thank you for hanging out to the end. As always, I'm going to wrap up with my final thoughts. I only got about 6 words. Target's on that bullshit. At the beginning of this video, I already asked you to like and subscribe. So I'm going to ask you to make sure that you actually share this video by making sure that you tell a friend to tell 2 friends about the Maverick Conservative.